guys, Kimbra here, your passive income diva. Thank you so much for joining me on day 2, where we will be creating our very first funnel in this funnel builder software. So, guess what? Let's get started. Here we go, and we're at the login page. So again, your the login that you created when you created your account. Let's go ahead and log in. And for those of you who are new or watching the replay, thank you so much for joining us. If you missed our first video on yesterday, we kind of discussed the preliminaries, kind of navigated through the software. So you can definitely watch that replay to catch up on that. All right. And so we're going to go ahead and click on funnels. And this is where we will create our very own or our very first funnel. All right. And so you want to go to create. And so once you click on create, there's a pop-up box that's going to come up here. And the first thing you want to need to do is name your funnel. So let's call it a new funnel. Give it that name so I know it's a test funnel. And you also want to give it a domain. Now, what happens is whatever email that you sign up for, they automatically assign that as your domain. Okay, so you'll use that until you're able to actually get a domain pointed over to system. Okay, so that will be what you want to use. And so now you have to choose the funnel, the type of funnel that you want to create. So the first one is build an audience. And so that first one is good for those who want to just build your list, right? Because as we talked about yesterday, email marketing is very, very important. All right. So if you want to just do, and then that page would be an opt-in page. Okay. So for opt-in page, the next one is if you want to sell a product or service. Okay, that's a bit more detail than the actual opt-in page because again, it leaves room for all kinds of different sections to describe your product or service. If you want to run an evergreen webinar, okay, so those of you who might be selling a course, like we mentioned yesterday, you may want to create a webinar so that you can kind of warm people up before trying to sell them your products. And the last is a custom. So if you are a developer or you kind of know what you're doing, you can actually build a landing page from scratch, okay? But today we are going to use one of the templates and we're just going to show you how to customize. Also, we have the different currencies here and you want to be careful when it comes to this because once you choose the currency in this first step right here and you go to create this beautiful landing page, let's just say you choose euros by mistake and you live in the United States and you go to try and add the payment to your funnel, they're going to pay in euros. Okay. So if you don't want euros and you live in the United States, you want to make sure that the currency is correct. Okay. And of course, you would be able to click save once everything is, once each section is selected. So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and build an audience and click save. And so what that's going to do, there's my funnel right there. So basically, before we start to edit the funnel, let me just give you a little rundown of some of the funnel elements here. Okay, so this one here, the first word is view. Okay, and so that's if you want to view the funnel in its entirety. Okay, next one is duplicate, self-explanatory if you want to duplicate your funnel for whatever reason. And this is something that I had to learn the hard way because I might have received a share funnel, a beautiful share funnel from someone else, and then I just go and start customizing it. And once you get so far, you're not even trying to just go back, because you're working your magic. Okay. So if you get a share funnel and you believe you want to share it with others because you can share it with others to get people to come on board, right? If they see that beautiful funnel that was given to you, why not? Okay. That's why we give it away, right? So that you could give it away. And so what you will, again, duplicate the funnel before you customize it. The next one is share. Okay, and so this is the share link that I was telling you about that will get a copy of the funnel, as well as your affiliate information. Okay, so basically, if I show you a funnel and you just love that funnel, and I tell you, well, I can give it to you as a share funnel. And then what I do is take my share link and of course copy it and then paste it in, a button or wherever to give you the share link. The good thing about it, again, it is attached to your affiliate link. Okay, so if they upgrade or whatever, you get paid. Okay, so one thing about system, they're very adamant about making sure that you're rewarded for the things you do. And so we also have here our settings. So let's click on settings. Okay. And so basically, if you wanted to edit the funnel's name, as you know, we named it, of course, new funnel. We have our default domain, which is my email address, and the currency. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and click save. Now, keep in mind that, once you add the currency and you click save in the original first step, that's going to be grayed out. So you're not going to be able to change that at all. So you'd have to go back and create a brand new funnel. Okay. All right. So, just want to make sure we have that clear. I made that horrible mistake earlier. All right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on new funnel so we can begin to edit our funnel. So once we click on new funnel, as you can see, there are several templates that come up here, pre-designed templates, for those of us who aren't uh, design savvy, right? That's another great thing about system. It is what we call drag and drop. Okay. So, all we need to do is find the template to our liking and then just add our branding colors and our wording to it. Okay. So for the sake of our training, we'll go ahead and add something simple. And if you hover over the templates, it'll give you an option to select it or preview the template. So let's go ahead and preview that template. And it gives you a chance to kind of look at the template in its entirety to see if it's something that you can get with for your business. Okay. And if you don't like that one, you just pretty much go to the next, right? And see what you like. Okay, I actually like this one. So let's select that one. So we're going to hit select. All right. So we now have our squeeze page. And right here, you will see save, view funnel step, edit page, or if you want to change the funnel, if you change your mind, or you think another template will work better, you go ahead and click on change template. But we're going to go ahead and edit this page, and it'll bring the template up in the funnel editor. Okay, and it is really very simple, you guys. So, no matter what your business is, of course, your branding colors, whatever that may be, it makes the process really, really, really simple. Okay. And so also, for those of you who are looking for a website, of course, you can definitely create a website on here. It has website features that you can actually go ahead and custom, but we don't want a website today. So we're going to go ahead and click on that delete little trash can right there. And of course, it says, are you sure you want to delete it? And we're going to go ahead and click OK. All right. And also this over here is an image I don't want. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and maybe add my logo right there. So once this is basically adding an image. So anytime you want to add an image or edit anything on that image page, you would click the little settings icon here. Okay. Next to it is, of course, if you wanted to delete it, it would it would not delete it. I'm sorry, duplicate it. If you want to duplicate it. Also, this right here is if you want to create another block, additional block. All right. So we're going to go ahead and delete the second one. And we're going to click on settings. All right. So once we click on settings, uh, what we have here is the image file, which would be this right here. Okay. This would be once the action is clicked, do you want to open a URL or show a pop up? All right. And then if you open a URL, you want to post that link in there. Right. So here are all the little elements of this right here. But again, I want to go ahead and add my logo. So once you click on the little icon right here to add your logo or whatever photo you would like to add. And then my logo is already uploaded. So I'm going to go ahead and find that in my images here. And as you can see, my logo has been added. Now, of course, I don't want it that big. So I will come down to the image size and I will take it up a notch. Okay, just want it nice and small, just to show up a little bit there. Okay, so you have your drag and drop editor right here. And of course, if you want to go ahead and change the wording, you can change the wording, build your business. If you want to take out the word, of course, if you want to add the word back, we have our undo button over here. If you want to change colors, you can do that here. And, of course, if you have your branding colors already, get to know your branding hex codes, okay? I pretty much know mine by heart because I'm always creating funnels and designing elements and different things, for my brand. So, you definitely want to get familiar with that. And I love my branding colors. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do with your landing page. Okay. So if there's a section that you want to take out, you go here, find where the um, section element is placed, and then you go ahead and click on that trash can, and then you go ahead and do some deleting. Right. One thing about a squeeze or opt-in page is you don't need a whole bunch. Right. You don't need a whole bunch. Now, if you are creating a landing page, then yeah, you might want all the extra elements. But because that is not our goal right now, we don't need everything, right? So we know with the landing page, all you need is a hook, some details to support the hook, and a form, right? So if you are giving away a lead magnet, okay, your hook will be about your lead magnet and then some details that supports that information of that lead magnet, and then you need the form so that they can fill out their name and email address and go ahead and get that submitted, right? So what will happen in this landing page is, I just want to change that just because. So what will happen in the landing page? Oh, and don't forget to save your changes. Definitely want to save your changes. And whenever you want to check out your changes, you click on this little icon next to save changes, and you'll be able to see all your changes that you made. Okay. So that's my little logo I added, and the colors that I changed. And remember, we deleted a whole bunch of elements. Okay. So you pretty much do that until until you're fully satisfied with what you have. It's definitely not hard. We're definitely going to get into some really good landing page creation. And of course, we'll save that for another video. All right. And so if we're done editing our landing page and it's to our liking, we want to go ahead and save our changes. And then over the right is our exit button. You want to go ahead and exit out of there. And the next thing we want to do is edit our thank you page. We want to edit our thank you page. And so we want to go ahead and click on the thank you page step, and then it'll give you a list of templates that were pre-created for the thank you page. Okay. And so once again, you just kind of check them out, figure out what it is that you want, something nice and simple for a thank you page, at least in this instance. So let's see what we have. Here we go. Let's do this one right here. It looked like it was just calling me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click on edit page. Thank you for your purchase. And in this case, I want to go ahead and turn the word purchase the color of my brand colors. So let's do that. So very simple. Of course, let's save those changes. And let's just take this off right here. We don't need that. Save changes. We also don't need that. Let's put that in the middle of the page. And as you can see here, we have our margins where if you want to, of course, move it from the top, move it from the bottom, left or right. Okay. So this can be whatever way you want it to be. If you wanted to change the background color, there you go. Or if you want to leave it, not change, of course, the inner background as well. Okay. So there's so many different things that you can do for this. If you want to add a image for the background, okay, you can do that as well or not. All right. So I think we are good the way it looks. So we're going to go ahead and get that saved, and then we're going to go ahead and exit. All right, so let's go back to the squeeze page. Another thing that I want to show you on the squeeze page is the button on the form is very important, right? So what we need to do is we need to give it instructions on where we want this to go. And the first thing we need to do, the very first thing that you should do at all times is send the form, right? We want to be able to create a subscriber, okay? Because if we have, of course, our email list, email campaign that we want to have automated to send out to the potential customer, with maybe your first email delivering the lead magnet or whatever it is that you're delivering as a thank you for getting their email address. Okay, so you always want to send form. Now there's other things that you can do. Okay, you can show a pop-up. So if you want to have them click the button and then they sign up on the pop-up, they can do that as well. All right. If you want them to click the button and go to a web page, they can do that. Or you can just go right to the next step, which is the thank you page. All right. But we want to go ahead and send the form. And then the next, once they register, right, then send them to the next step. So we're going to go ahead and click save changes. Then let's go ahead and preview. All right, that works for us. So tomorrow, what we're going to do on day 3 is we are going to talk about how we can create an email sequence and add that to this particular funnel that we've created today. So again, thank you so much for joining me on this tutorial. Like, share, and subscribe. Again, if you want to get started with system.io, the link is in the description. So I'll see you tomorrow.